What's going on, everyone? Welcome to q.v.o Games. My name is Juan. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. This video is going to be up the games in the collection in January 2023. It's going to be our first time getting rid of a bunch of games this year. And there's more of those to come, honestly. We have a couple of games. Some are some people's favorites, but some just didn't really hit the spot for me. Some things are just leaving me because I can't get into the table as much as I try to, and that's fine. Sometimes it doesn't mean the games are bad. Some of these games, a lot of these games, honestly, that they're leaving aren't really bad per se. It's just really hard to table them, and some of them just really I didn't enjoy too much. Most of these games are the games I didn't enjoy too much are loved by a lot of people. I guess it just didn't really hit the spot for me. So let's get the colon video started, and let's start off with a pretty popular game, I would say, Merchants of the Dark Road. I did get it with the Kickstarter, so I'm like number 5,877. This backer, I guess, out of 10,000. It looks like. This is the deluxe edition as well. Merchants of the Dark Road. It's a great game, honestly. It just didn't really hit the spot for me because sometimes there was the action selection system. No, that's wrong. The movement system with the actions. I did not enjoy that too much with this game, and that can potentially, I mean, that's the main way to move around and do actions and complete stuff in the game, and I did not enjoy the randomness that brought to me. The randomness was a little too much like rolling the dice, right? And then the die you're going to be putting, you're going to slot a die into your locked spot, then you have your action pool up top, and that's the die you use. There's a lot of planning to be able to move and pre-planning to be able to know what moves you're going to do. It almost made it seem like I have to plan like 7 turns in advance. And as much as I don't mind like strategy or pre-planning, I do that a lot within games, it just seemed like at this point I just couldn't keep track. There's so much going on and so much going on within the game that I didn't keep track of. Now pre-planning my moves 7 moves in advance, right? I mean 7, that's like over-exaggerating. I mean, potentially, right? 3 moves in advance, which is 4 moves, 5 moves in advance, was a little too much for me. Merchants of the Dark Road, it's a beautiful game. Honestly, Elf Creek does a phenomenal job with a lot of their components. However, it just was not a hit for me, honestly. Doesn't mean it's bad. Like I said, the game is still a good game, and it's just kind of have to leave my collection because there's a lot of games I can play, as you can see, right? And when some of them don't hit, I mean, how do I bring 300 games to the table even in a year, right? How do I bring 300 games to the table, period, at that point? So, Merchants of the Dark Road is leaving the collection this month. It's going to be posted for sale, and I'm going to be getting rid of it. Another game that's leaving the collection, and like I said, I just couldn't bring this one to the table, unfortunately. Detective, a modern crime board game. So, Detective, honestly, I really just can't. I have to be really careful because the cards in it are like going to start flying everywhere if I'm not careful enough. So, Detective, this is a great game. I mean, when I tell you it's probably the most accurate detective game, board game I've played ever, right? They used an app. They used like a website, honestly. I mean, an app. And the app is the website. The website is really well done. The website itself has almost like a database of like different random names and people and locations, and you're going through and actually solving the mystery. You're not really using too much of like the game has cards and such that you use and little tokens to maneuver like specific extra clues you get, and the game feels like you're truly a detective. I feel like I'm part of the CIA when I'm playing this game. The issue and the reason why I'm getting rid of it is because I can't get to the table. No one just seems interested in playing the game. Yeah, the group I did have going, no one even mentions it anymore, and I frequently like, oh, did you guys like this game? And they're like, yeah, we love it, but they pick other games to play. The game is a phenomenal game, and I am getting rid of it only because I just can't seem to bring it to the table. So why keep it around if I can't bring it out? Detective, a modern crime board game. Coming up next is going to be a interesting one. It's going to be Mercado de Lisboa by Eagle Griffin Games by Vidal Lacerda, right? So I have to be careful about this one as well because this one also has a lot of components that get flung around everywhere. Mercado de Lisboa. I really can't say anything about the game because I never got to play it. And the reason why is just no one's interested in the theme, right? No one wants to play the game. Absolutely no one. I try to get it to the table like, it sounds boring. Let's play something else. I don't like the way the theme of it. It sounds like a blah game, right? Not saying that myself. I have not played it. I'm just like, people just don't want to play it. I don't know if it's the theme. Well, it definitely is the theme because they look at the theme and they're like, this sounds boring, and they don't want to play it. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. I have yet to play it. It's leaving the collection just because I just can't get it to the table. No one wants to play it. Whenever I try to, or even push people like, hey, let's play this game, let's play this game, no one wants to. They'd rather play something else. So, like I said, not a bad game. It's just a game that wasn't for me to have for my group. Because my group just is not interested at all. Which kind of sucks. I love Illustrator. I mean, I have almost all of his games except one, I believe. They're all down here somewhere in the Calyx. So, sucks to say it, but yeah, Mercado's bullet is leaving. I will not be a Illustrator aficionado and have every single one of his games, unfortunately. But this sucks, and it's leaving the collection this month in January. Next one's going to be a crowd favorite. Endless Winter and all of the modules that came in for it. I'll set the modules aside for now, and we'll show the main box. Luckily enough, everything in this box is pretty well organized and stored, so I can flip it around and turn it around and throw it around if I want to. But so Endless Winter, the game did not hit for me. I did not enjoy this game as much as everyone else did. It was just, I felt like the game had a lot of things going on, and I didn't see the fluidity. And when I mean fluidity, I played, for example, just to compare, right, the Gallerist by Illustrator. I played that multiple times, and I feel fluidity in that game. Like, I feel like my actions flow, and I can do this, and I can do that. I don't feel that here with everything going on. I just did not feel that when I was playing. I feel like I was just APing for no reason and planning out my moves so much in advance, only to be let down because my actions didn't feel like they had a meaning. Endless Winter is a great game to a lot of people. To me, it was not. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game at all, because everyone loves this game. People who play billions of board games, billions. People who play a lot of board games a year say this is one of their like top 5, top 10 games. That's still pretty impressive. That's an impressive feat. The game is really well produced. I mean, it looks beautiful. The art is beautiful, right? The components themselves are great. The storage in this game is phenomenal. For a game that's easy to table because you just kind of, right? Easy to table. Let me bring that back. The game's easy to bring out and set up. It doesn't take long because the components are so well organized. The game also came with a bunch of expansions, and the expansions themselves do more and add more to the game. I regrettably do not feel like this game needed expansions. It felt like it needed to be like brought back down, right? I thought the game was already had enough mechanics in it as it is, nothing to do. These expansions add more and more cards. I have the all-in, I have the playmat and everything. However, it just did not work out for me. So Endless Winter will be leaving the collection as well. And yeah, that's Endless Winter. I'm going to put this right here, per se. Let's put it right here. That's fine. There you go. Coming up next is going to be a game that a lot of people enjoyed, I think. Some people say they really love this game, and I played it, and it just was not that for me. It's going to be Tidal Blades, Part 1, apparently. Tidal Blades. The theme itself and the realm it lies in is actually pretty cool. It's a cool premise. It's a really nice theme. It's a cool world that's built already around it. However, the game just seems to lack a bit for me. Tidal Blades itself is a game where you're playing as a champion, right? And your goal is to be the champion of that reef. And you're doing that by defeating monsters. It's a big competition that you're in. You're competing against your other fellow players, and you're trying to get the most points, essentially, and get the most most monsters defeated, as well as kind of achieving that by powering up your skills, developing yourself. And you do that with like your dice kit, upgrading an upgraded system with your dice, change to different color that do different things, and there's different ways that can go. Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef, I just did not feel like my actions were meaningful in any way. When I was playing the game itself, it just seemed to lack. Like, I'm just going through the movements, boom, 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 and I'm like, okay. And it felt like there was no pinnacle to my excitement, right? It kind of builds, okay, I'm upgrading, I kill a monster, and it's okay, and I go back upgrade and I kill a monster, but it just didn't really frame that champion vibe to me, right? I didn't feel like I was playing a great game. Tidal Blades was that for me. And it really, like I said, a lot of people talked it up, some people did not. A lot of people did not enjoy the game. I was not a big fan of the game. I don't know if maybe it was too simple, or maybe I just didn't feel like my actions were that meaningful. Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef, is going to be leaving the collection this month, which is really sad to say, because this game, I was looking forward to it. I was going to back into Kickstarter, which is a cooperative game, and I still might back into Kickstarter, which is a cooperative game, because it's cooperative. It's a different, I think the premise of the game and the theme is really cool and interesting. It's a really interesting world that's in. So maybe the cooperative aspect of it and the storytelling adventuring part will be better for me. And that's what I'm excited about with Tidal Blades, the cooperative version. Not really this one specifically. It is leaving the collection for that reason. And that is it. That is it for the games leaving the collection. We have some really good games leaving, unfortunately, and some that just really didn't hit for me. And that includes Endless Winter, Tidal Blades, Merchants, Detective, Mercado Lisboa. I hope they find better homes and people who can really enjoy them and bring them to the table the way they deserve to be enjoyed, not really sitting on my shelf collecting dust. That's it for the games leaving the collection video. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for listening to me talk about the games that I believe in the collection. And thank you for watching the video all the way. If you like this content and want to see more, if you don't mind subscribing or dropping a like or a comment even at the bottom, letting me know what games you may be leaving the collection, or maybe leaving your collection this month. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it so much. Have a good one.